Waiting on me? Happy Wednesday. 9 News Meteorologist Laurann Robinson here with a check of your forecast. And boy, it went from fall-like yesterday to winter-like today. We're seeing a mix of rain and snow across a good portion of the Front Range and even into the eastern plains as we go through the day. The high country getting some good snow. So we're going to continue to watch for that moisture along with cold temperatures. We've seen a drastic drop in temperatures, so we are under a weather impact day, and that's going to be for the temperature drop. That's going to be for the rain-snow mix across the Front Range and into the plains. That's also going to be for the first hard freeze of the season. That's going to be likely overnight tonight and into early tomorrow morning. But let's go ahead and get started with a look outside. Boy, it's gloomy and chilly. 40 degrees right now. We're not going to get much warmer as we go through the rest of the afternoon, so plan for those highs to be maxing out in the lower 40s. Light winds coming in from the east at around 7 miles per hour. 30s and 40s across most of the Front Range and eastern plains right now, with some 20s up in the high country. But let's take a look at this 24-hour temperature drop, because if it feels a lot colder to you today than what we saw yesterday, that's because it is. Most of the Front Range and eastern plains anywhere from 10 to 25 degrees colder, and that's going to be just the northern half of the Front Range and eastern plains. The southern half of the Front Range and eastern plains still seeing a more drastic drop, where we're seeing those temperatures anywhere from 25 to 35 degrees colder than where we were just this time yesterday. Now, as we take a look at our live radar, this is going to be a big reason why. We do have this front and the system that's pushed its way into Colorado that's bringing some mountain snow, of course, and especially across where we have winter weather advisories across central and northern portions of the high country. But it's also bringing a rain-snow mix into the foothills, Front Range, and then right now some rain showers across the plains, but those could turn into a little slushy mix as we go through the rest of the day. So off to the west, where we have winter weather advisories, these will be in place mostly until 6 o'clock this afternoon. Some of them will expire around noon, but these areas across the high country, that's going to be Crested Butte, Aspen, Vail, Steamboat Springs, Gunnison. These areas are going to expect roughly about a couple inches to about half a foot of additional snow as we go through the rest of the day. We can see that on our futurecast as well. As we go through the afternoon, that rain-snow mix really kicks up across central and northern portions of the eastern plains. Very isolated, very spotty across the Front Range and into the foothills. And then again, light snow showers as you make your way even further west into the high country, and then spotty again into the western slope. Things will start to dry out as we get to rush hour around 4, 5, 6 o'clock. You're driving home. If you'll be traveling along the I-25 corridor, you do want to watch for a slushy commute. A rain-snow mix depending on where you are. More rain if you're north of Denver. A rain-snow mix if you're south of Denver traveling across the Palmer Divide. And then the system eventually moves its way out late tonight. But behind it, we will see some very chilly air as we go into the overnight hours. So we're going to watch for that first hard freeze. But this afternoon, highs will stay in the upper 30s to low 40s, much chillier than what we had been seeing the last few days. Just a couple days ago, we were in the 80s. We're dropping nearly 40 degrees this afternoon, and these are just the highs. If we're not in county, or if we start to count the overnight lows, then we'll see even more of a change. But highs will be maxing out in the 20s and 30s in the high country. We could see 40s and 50s across the western slope. Today, I think Denver sees 41 degrees, surrounding areas upper 30s to low 40s. Same goes for the foothills and the mountains. Overnight tonight, we cool down into the 20s and 30s. Very chilly tonight, and that lingers into early tomorrow morning. So you're taking those kids to the bus stop, you're heading out to work and school, you want to make sure you're bundled up in that winter coat, especially up in the high country where lows will be in the teens and even single digits. Now, because of that, we do have a freeze warning across the I-25 corridor and into the plains overnight tonight. We're going to watch for that very cold air, and then even a lot of that moisture left on the ground to really turn into a freeze overnight by tonight, and then into tomorrow morning, lows around 22 to 28 degrees. For the next few days, we're going to see these temperatures rebound a bit. Today is going to be very chilly. We're going to see that rain-snow mix across the Front Range and Eastern Plains, more snow up in the high country, which it's not the first snow of the season in the high country, but any flakes that make it into the lower elevations, this will be the first time of the season. So our weather impact day today are going to be for the our biggest impacts are going to be the drastic drop in temperatures. It's going to be for that first freeze. It's also going to be for a rain-snow mix. As we go into tomorrow for Halloween, not quite as scary. Temperatures in the upper 50s, still a little below average for this time of year, but not by much. Upper 50s, we'll see that sunshine return. And then as we go into this weekend, a mix of sun and clouds, but those temperatures in the lower to middle 60s, that's a bit more seasonal for this time of year, a very fall-like weekend ahead. We drop down again Monday, and then we start to rebound next Tuesday. So we have a very chilly, wet, gloomy day today. Definitely a day where you want to stay inside, stay warm. It's not going to be too long-lived. We will only see this weather for today. Tomorrow the sunshine returns. Temperatures start to rebound a bit as we go into the weekend. So don't plan for your Halloween to look like what we saw today. Today is going to be the scarier day weather-wise, and then tomorrow that sunshine returns. Still a little chilly, but nothing too bad, nothing too out of hand for what we're used to this time of year when we're making those Halloween plans or decorating those Halloween costumes. So, of course, I will have you updated with our latest forecast today on 9 News at noon. You'll want to tune in. You'll also catch us later this evening at 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9 on Channel 9 and on Channel 20. So you want to keep an eye out for that. And if you can't catch us on air, you can always watch us online on 9news.com and on the 9 News mobile app. Have a good day.